Hello friends! I'm here in my kitchen for our color-changing celery experiment. For this experiment, all you need is some celery. You'll also need some food coloring. I chose neon because I think it's the most fun. You will also need at least 1 jar of water. I have 4 because I'm going to experiment with different colors. And you will need a cutting board and knife and adult supervision to help you cut the celery. Again, adult supervision to help you cut the celery. Okay friends, so for this experiment, first, you are going to take out your celery and you are going to have an adult help you remove the bottom of the celery from the stems of the celery. So I actually already did that using my knife very, very carefully. Here is the bottom, here is the top. You are going to use the tops for this experiment, but guess what? This is a 2-for-1 experiment special because you can use the bottom of the celery that's still all attached and do a second experiment by placing that in shallow water, and then that celery is actually going to regrow. This has been sitting in here for just 3 days and you can already see, look, starting in the middle, that celery is starting to regrow. So awesome bonus experiment. You get 2 for the price of 1 stalk of celery. So without further ado, what you are going to do next is you are going to take your jars of water and you are going to dye them pretty beautiful colors. So let me look in my neon food coloring packet, and I'm going to do 1 of each since there are 4 jars and 4 colors. So I am going to do first some bright neon pink, some green, 2 or 3 drops is fine, some bright blue, and last but certainly not least, we have, oh, whoops, this was purple. The next one is actually pink. You're so close. You are going to look at all of your celery tops and you actually want to select the ones with the most leaves, which I have already done. You can actually tell that none of the pretty ones with all of the leaves are still left in my packet because I already did the experiment, which I am about to show you the results of. So let's say hypothetically I chose this guy because he has the most leaves. Then you will be able to see the color even more. And all you're going to do is place this in a jar and leave it and see what happens. What do you think is going to happen? So now after 3 days, you can see that the celery changed color. Look at all that pretty marbling of blue within the green of my beautiful celery. It looks like a work of art. So now let's actually look at this more closely and start to think about why this happens. Do you guys see how right here on the outside, there's all these circles that look like they're cylinders that go throughout the entire celery stalk that are the darkest shade of blue? That's because those are the actual tubes that the food coloring / the water is traveling through in order to go through the rest of the plant and get all of the way to the leaves. And this is a super clever adaptation that angiosperms have. They're able to transport water throughout their entire bodies and get nutrients and water to all of the parts that need nutrients and water because of something called vascular tissue. Vascular tissue, vascular tissue, vascular tissue, vascular tissue. What is vascular tissue? No pie, not that type of tissue. Okay, so vascular tissue is a specific type of tissue in many plants that transport water and nutrients throughout the plants. Most plants that you know of have vascular tissue because roots, stems, and leaves are all vascular tissue. So if you're thinking of a plant that has roots and or stems and or leaves, we call that a vascular plant because it has vascular tissue, again, which is for transporting water around the plant. An example of a plant that does not have vascular tissue is, can you think of one? Can you think of a plant with no roots, no stem, no leaves? Oh, very good, Pi. So moss is an example of a plant that has no vascular tissue. And this celery is super clever for having vascular tissue because unlike moss, it's able to grow upwards because it has this vascular tissue that acts like a straw and soaks up all the water and takes it to all of the areas of the plant that it needs. And again, without vascular tissue, plants could not grow nice and tall. So next time you have a piece of celery stuck in your throat and you're like, you know that you can go, oh, excuse me, I have some vascular tissue stuck in my throat. And you can impress your friends and family. Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed this color-changing celery experiment, and I will see you soon. Bye.